Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you a review of my first full year on Etsy, along with 5 things that I learnt, which I think you might find useful if you're thinking about running a Etsy shop, becoming what they call a solopreneur, working on your own, working from home, that kind of thing. So how has my first full year gone on Etsy? So I set up the shop in August 2018. I didn't really get started with sales till about September, October time. And I hit 30 sales at the end of January 2019. My aim was to hit 100 sales by Christmas of this year, and I hit it in June. I've almost hit 200 sales this year. Almost, I'm like 190 something or other, and so I'm not at all disappointed by that. I'm a bit frustrated a little bit because Etsy, if somebody buys 3 items, exactly the same product from your shop, they count it as one sale. So I know I've definitely made more than 200 items this year for sale, definitely, because a lot of purchases are multiples. But I could not be happier. It has definitely been a year of ups, mostly ups, downs, of learning, of working out what it is I want to do, working out where I'm going with the shop, but overall really happy. So the shop's definitely moved away from bags. That's what it started out as, that's why it's called Bagageddon. But I'm moving much more into reusable products to try and get people to reduce their use of disposable items. I'm really pleased that the little face wipes, they're my biggest seller. Really pleased that everybody really likes them. But I'm also really pleased that I've managed to get sanitary towels up there, because I've been using them this year and I absolutely love them. So that's definitely a goal for the coming year, is to get more of those into the shop. I'm still mostly making for the local market, definitely friends and family, but I've found that word of mouth through those channels has really massively helped as well. I've got some big orders from small local companies, and one of those was the bowl covers this year, and that turned into more sales for me through the shop when I put them into the shop. So all in all, I would say it's been a really successful year, and I'm really proud of what I've managed to achieve and where I'm going. That's not to say that it has been easy. I had absolutely no sales in August, and I find it quite hard being a stay-at-home mum, now a work-at-home mum, juggling it all and trying to bring it all together so that I get the satisfaction from what I'm doing. I give time to the children, make sure the house runs properly, all of that, and that is really hard. I've discovered really hard, but it's also quite rewarding, because one of the big things that I've also managed to do this year is start making clothes, and the children really love them. It's also turned into a little bit of extra cash for me from school mums who've bought a few bits and pieces there. I don't have any plans yet to turn that into another Etsy shop, because I just still don't feel comfortable with what I'm doing at the moment. Well, not comfortable, but I still don't feel like I've done everything that I need to do with this quite yet. But there's always things at the back of my mind in terms of making and sewing. The other big thing that I was glad I started setting up was a craft group in the local area. I've got some more dates booked in for those for the coming year, and it's really nice to get out and in with a group of people who also like crafting, so really pleased about that too. So, bearing in mind that I did have a month where I did have absolutely no sales whatsoever, there's still a lot I've got to learn about how to keep going when I'm also main carer, and holiday times can be really hard, especially summer holidays. So I've learned a lot from that. I had a massive down after that, and I had a chat with Anna, who's my business bestie and my Etsy mentor, and I said, that's it, I've just got to give it up. I can't do it, I'm chucking it all in. And she said, you can if you want to, but what are you going to do if you don't do that? Are you just going to, do the cleaning around the house, all the stuff related to the house? How will that make you feel? And I went away and I thought, you know what, I've come this far, I need to rethink, I need to start again. And I started building myself up again, and that was when I started the whole business coaching as well. So I've learned a lot this year, a lot about myself as well, and how I take things, how I manage things, how I can get quite stressed at certain times, and how do I manage that. So I want to go on to let you know about the 5 things that I have learned this year from running my Etsy shop. Okay, so the first thing I have learned is that you need to invest in yourself just as much as you need to invest in your business. And I've done that primarily through people. So I've got Anna, who has 3 Etsy shops and runs very successful Etsy shops. And she and I meet up. She's also a local mum, and she and I meet up once every now and again, and we're in touch online, chat at the school gate, that kind of thing. And she has helped me immensely in getting this whole thing off the ground. And then I started some business coaching through somebody I'd known for a few years on Instagram. She's a crafter, she used to do card making like me, and she's gone into business coaching. And I like the fact that she has handmade. She also runs an Etsy shop. She has a lot of experience of how to run a business when it's handmade. I started September, I think, was my first session. I started getting it fortnightly. I've now dropped back to monthly, as I find that works better for me. And a lot of people have said, gosh, you're paying for that. And I can tell you now, it is worth every single penny. I have never yet had to stop paying for that support because I haven't made enough money through the shop. It feels like I've actually got a manager in a way, or somebody who's helping me find the direction I need. So it makes me accountable. We have an hourly Skype meeting. She writes it all up, all the things that we've discussed. She definitely is very much helping me lead where it is I want to go and giving me advice. She's totally helped me calm down about the fact that I need to do cleaning in the house. When do I get the cleaning done? It's been brilliant. Made me rethink my production times to manage my stress levels. It's been brilliant, and I have definitely increased my income, and that's definitely through those 2 routes: investing in myself with business coaching, business mentoring. Another thing definitely that Anna's got me into this year is business podcasts. So I've been listening to a lot of Jenna Kutcher, she's Gold Digger, Marie Forleo, more recently because Anna got me her book, which I would definitely say, if you're interested at all in anything actually, what she writes about, it goes with anything about achieving things, anything that you need to achieve. I would definitely read her book. It's a brilliant book, really loving it. So there's Marie Forleo, and then I was listening to Maxine at Digital Bonbons. She doesn't have a podcast anymore, but she's always also good to follow on Instagram. Very down to earth, very open, and she's very good at dealing with small business. So there's that. And who else did I have that I was listening to? Oh gosh, there was somebody else I was going to mention. Oh yes, Being Boss, which is people that Anna got me into. That was also about running small businesses and how to be successful. So definitely worthwhile, if you're very new to this, is to spend a bit of cash. Even if you get one session of business mentoring or business coaching, it's money worth well spent to decide whether or not you like it. And if you decide actually it's not for you, then you can stop. So there's no pressure. So I've really loved that. It's definitely been a big thing for me. So number 2, working smarter. And this I found I really struggled with at first, because I wanted to be able to get all my products out really quickly, but then you've got to juggle it with ill children. My little girl, my youngest, she's been quite ill a few times this year, and it's taken her a long time to recover from. She had a really bad chest infection, and it took ages to recover from, and that totally impacts on how you manage your business. Definitely the business coaching has really helped with that. I found that I've really got to start treating it like a proper job. Even though I'm working from home, I've got to feel like I'm actually going away somewhere and I'm working. And that is my space for working. And I've not to think about getting the laundry out, doing hoovering, doing the dishes, I have to plan much better than I used to do, much better. Time blocking, giving myself working hours that fit around the school run. And I would say, consistency, being consistent about that. Switching your phone off, I'm going to come on to that in a minute, but switching your phone off so you don't constantly get pinged, ping. I'm very bad at that. You think, oh, I've got to sort that out, I've got to do it now. Also, if an order comes in, you don't have to do it straight away if you give yourself enough leeway time so that you can manage other things at certain times and then go, right, okay, this is my 3-hour chunk where I'm going to get my products together, that kind of thing. So all of that I've found has been really important. It's definitely hard work. I wouldn't say it was easy, but I would definitely say it's a heck of a lot more worth it than a lot of the jobs I've had that paid me significantly more, but which didn't give me the same feeling of achievement when I'd done them. This definitely gives me a whole lot more than any job I've had for a long time. So yeah, that's what I'd like to say about that. Okay, number 3, social media. I do not hate social media, I truly don't. I really like it. I've been on Facebook for a long time, a long time, since it came into being really, and I think it was about 2006 I remember going on it. Been on for a long time. I have a love-hate relationship with social media, I will say that. I like it, but it can also be the biggest waste of time ever. So you kind of have to get a bit of a strategy around it. I've started having to set myself proper times to sit and do social media. Social media can be great if you're a small business. It helps you reach people around, people can find you on it. Definitely Instagram, definitely being a handmade and creative business. Instagram's great for that. But you can spend hours on it and not really achieve much more than you potentially could in half an hour of focused work. So I'm definitely working much more on planning how to manage my social media. I'm not going to give it up, but I do think I have to restrict the amount of time I spend on it and be more savvy about when I post and replying to people, because I love it. I love the Instagram. I love the community feel of it. I love the support network that there is on Instagram, which definitely I think is better than Facebook in that respect. But yeah, you can waste a lot of time. So the idea is that you control it rather than it controlling you. And in terms of social media for business, a lot of the entrepreneurs whose podcasts I listen to, they always talk about Pinterest. So I'm working on a Pinterest strategy. Pins last a lot longer, they're more easily searchable than obviously things on Instagram and Facebook do, which can get lost. Pins stay around for longer, and a lot of people find that they can drive a lot more traffic to you. And the other thing are email lists, mailing lists. So I've started work on both of those things, and they're definitely some of my goals for 2020. You have much better control of an email list, and you know that people want to hear about you if you're on an email list. Sometimes social media, especially Instagram, can be a bit of, oh, I'll follow her, then she'll follow me, and if you don't follow them back, they'll disappear from, they'll unfollow you. So it's kind of follow unfollow, which I really don't like. So mailing lists, somebody has to sign up to your mailing list. So they might not stick around if they think actually in the long run it's not for them, what you're giving them, but there's less chance that of the follow unfollow thing. So they're the things that I'm going to be, couple of the things that I'm going to be working on next year. So number 4 as well, which kind of links into social media, the idea of comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy, and there will always be somebody out there who is doing better than you, or so you think sometimes, so you think, or who's got more sales in less time than you had, makes products that you think are better than yours. Always, there will always be somebody. And what I would stress is that at times when I felt like that, and I felt like, well, she's just doing exactly the same as me, so why should I even bother? Why can't you learn from somebody like that? Obviously, they're doing something right. And it made me rethink, actually, what I was doing and how I was selling my products. Did I have the right market? They've obviously found the right market for their products. Do I need to look at who my market is, see if I can get more sales that way, and focus on that rather than, oh, I'm rubbish, they're so much better than me. Which, everybody does it. Your inner critic is the worst. In fact, I've got a very good book that Anna gave me last year called Your Inner Critic is a Big Jerk. And it's really good to read because it does. It just makes you realise that a lot of the stuff that you tell yourself is rubbish. It's rubbish. And it's all about fear. It's about fear. That's where the Marie Forleo book comes in. That's what that's really good about. It tells you it's just rubbish. It's just about fear. So I would say collaboration, not comparison. And that's where you need to factor in as well social media, because that's all about that. It's all about image. And so that's why you also have to need to control your social media. Okay, number 5, and this is a big one for me because I know I'm really rubbish at it, and this is especially true when you're an online business, is your search engine optimization, your SEO and your keywords. And Anna's always going on at me about keywords, and she's right. You need to sit down and properly work at your keywords so that people can find you, and once they find you, they can search for you, they can look through your shop and buy what it is they need. So you're looking at keywords that will capture your audience. I am very bad at it. I truly will say I am very bad at it. I just want to make stuff all the time. I hate sitting down and looking through all the keywords and doing keyword searches, but that is one thing that I have got to do in January, is go through all my keywords and make sure they're hitting the mark for the market that I need. And it's massively important. In fact, I think what I've discovered is that a lot of running a handmade business, about 20% of your time is spent making the products. The rest of the time is a lot of admin, marketing work, photography. That is one thing I'm actually quite proud of, actually, is I feel like I've improved my photography a lot from when the shop first opened. So much could improve in it, but I think it's definitely 10 times better than it was when I started. So yeah, so that's a bit of a rundown of the things that I've learned this year, a bit of a review for the shop. I wanted to do it mostly so that I can watch this back, all being well, in December 2020 and see where I've come, see if things have improved again, and see where I am on my journey. It's been a great journey. I am intensely grateful for everybody who has supported me this year, massively, more than you will ever know. If you only knew when a sale comes through and you get that cha-ching, honestly, my little heart just like starts jumping and singing. And the reviews, I've been blown away by the number of reviews I actually have, and that you take the time to do the reviews. And yeah, I just wanted to say thank you. It's been an amazing journey, a fantastic new year to everybody, and I will see you all in 2020. Have a great time. Thank you for listening. See you again soon.